Since Mohbad's father has been tagged as Mr. Nobody, a poor man, well, his voice is being heard. And this time around, he is speaking to a man that is known to stand for the poor, the oppressed. He has been invited to speak, to express himself, and you'll be listening to what he has to say. He talked about the DNA that must be done. He also talked about how he had struggled spiritually. I mean, he had worked spiritually with prayers and visiting hospitals and all of that to make Wumi get pregnant. That she wasn't getting pregnant, and somehow, it wasn't just coming, and he needed to do certain things to help. So they did some prayer rituals and some prayer exercise and all of that. That is what he said. And eventually she got pregnant. But all through that journey, Mohbad complained, saying this woman, she's immorally, imbalanced. Like she's a transformer. He had to put that in his song, in the lyrics. And this is why Mohbad's father said, you know what? At the end of the day, once push has come to shove, and with what my son has said, I think if we are seeking for justice, we have to seek for that justice completely. And they say charity begins at home. Let us begin from our own home. I'm not going to put sentiment into this. Forget about all of those talk at the coroner inquest that I brought as old as I am. Why not? That is not important here. I just want to be sure that my son is well taken care of, and taken care of through his son, if Liam is truly his son. So DNA has to be done. And as per the marriage between Mohbad and Wumi, he has decided to shed more light to it so that everyone will understand. Maybe we will stop calling her Mohbad's wife. Maybe we'll call her Mohbad's girlfriend or Mohbad's widow, whatever. You will be finding out the proper, status or reference that we will be, tagging on Wumi. We'll be finding out everything. But before we proceed, like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel. It's very important. We'll be listening and analyzing it as it goes.
ọmọ yẹn ti wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi tẹ́lẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ ó dẹ̀ gbé bíi laptop irú tó wà náà kan ìbá ó dẹ̀ gbé síwájú ó dẹ̀ ya fọ́tò mi ó ya fọ́tò mi mo mọ àdúrà tí mo gbà kó tó di pé ọmọ yẹn wáyé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣé rúlẹ̀ àmì yẹn ló yẹ kí n doubt ó gbé lé mi lọ́wọ́ kò dẹ̀ bí mi.
ṣùgbọ́n síbẹ̀ náà DNA test must be done.
ìyẹn la fẹ́ gbọ́ díẹ̀ ní tó fẹ́ kọ́ native foundation ò dáa ní ẹ̀ má padà wò.
síbẹ̀ yanjú lé ńgbà tẹ́ fẹ́rẹ́ àbúrò bá sáà nìyí.
dídán lówó orí a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe é.
ṣe é ṣe mo lẹ ti lọ dọ̀bálẹ̀.
ibi tẹ́ tún mọ́rọ̀ lọ yẹn rọ́gùn síbẹ̀ torí wọ́n pè mí pé a fẹ́ ṣe introduction inú mi náà dẹ̀ dùn pé màrá mi fẹ́ jọ́sùn pé ó tẹ̀ tí ń gbélé wa.
lẹ́yìn ọmọ ní introduction yàrá.
irọ́ àti dùn.
ok bọ̀ wọ́n ti wà lẹ́yìn.
wọ́n ti wà ní ọ̀dọ̀. bákan pé introduction ó ṣe kó ṣe náà nìyẹn ó ti ń dọ́kun. ó dẹ̀ gbé àgbà tí mo dẹ̀ débẹ̀. ẹ jẹ́ mi ká aṣọ tí mo wọ̀ yìí aṣọ tí mo wọ̀ níjọ́.
ẹ wọ̀rọ̀ náà nì.
aṣọ tí mo wọ̀ níjọ́.
introduction.
níjọ́ introduction ṣé bí pé introduction with aṣọ di engagement náà mi ò ní bàbá yìí ìyá ìlú ti ń pàdé nígbà tí wàhálà ṣẹlẹ̀ ti ń pàdé. àwa ń lọ.
kí wàhálà wo ń sọ.
ẹ jẹ́ kí n mú lẹ́yìn kọ̀ọ̀kan sí.
ok bí a ká kọ́ sí wàhálà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
tí wàhálà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ní àkókò ìgbà kan tó mọ ìyẹn ra mọ́tò tí mo lọ bá wí gbéṣẹ́ tó yẹ kó rà mí. wọ́n á ní dáàdì òun ti ra ohun tí ó yẹ kó rà kí ló yẹ kó rà tó rà náà ti nílẹ̀ ọmọ tó dáa òun ní 2 acre àti a plot sí ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bó ṣe yẹ kó ṣe nìyẹn ó yá dọ́kúmẹ́ǹtì tí ó fi lálẹ́ dà ẹ̀rọ wà lọ́wọ́ ìyá ìyàwó post up mẹ́ta sílẹ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ mi ní ìyá ìyàwó ìgbé ìyá ń gbé ní gíìtì èmi ń gbé mọ́sọ̀pù kéré tù ṣe máa lọ tọ́jú dọ́kúmẹ́ntì sí ọwọ́ ìyá ìyàwó èmi tí wọ́n àánú mi wípé kí n rọra ok fún mi nọ́mbà ìyá ìyàwó n bá pè ìyá kásán ẹjọ́ mo fẹ́ ṣe ìwádìí kan ní o ọmọ mi sọ pé òun ra ilé kó dọ́kúmẹ́ntì ẹ̀ sí ní lọ́wọ́ irọ́ o kò rálẹ̀ sí bí ẹgbàá mi o ọmọ mi ò parọ́ fún mi o ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti sọ fún mi mo gbà pé òótọ́ ni ìgbà tó máa di jọ́ kanu mo tún pè ìgbà tí o sọ fún mi pé kò ń sọ fún yín ni ò jẹ́ kò ń sọ ó nílẹ̀ tó tọ́ o wọ́n máa kó dọ́kúmẹ́ntì wá mo ń retí o bá béèrè dọ́kúmẹ́ntì ẹ jẹ́ mi kó wọn gbé dọ́kúmẹ́ntì yẹn wá sílé mi direct ọmọbìnrin kan tó máa ń tẹ̀lé mi lọ sí kóòtù yẹn ilé láti lọ pàdé àwọn pàdé lé ẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé dọ́kúmẹ́ntì wọ́n ṣàlùkù gbogbo òwe yìí tó ní gbogbo òwe mo ṣe bí ẹ̀gbọ́n tí yẹn ti rà ṣe pé tí yẹn bá ti fọwọ́ kàn wé bí tó ti lọ bí oṣù mẹ́ta tí yẹn bá ti máa ní stain àbí kó rọ̀ díẹ̀ tuntun wọ́n gbé wẹ́ẹ́ alẹ́ tuntun náà wọ́n gbé fún mi bá gbé fún mi ẹjọ́ máa a plot lé o ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún ló ní sí o gbẹ̀rígbẹ̀rẹ̀ mú mi wá yìí o ẹ ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ yìí o ó kù 2 acre èyí ẹgbà mi o wọ́n tó pariwo lé mi lórí kí ló dé mo ṣe pé àwọn aláfáà oríṣiríṣi ó dọ̀dọ̀ Mohbad àti ẹ̀yà fótó ìjọ yìí mo bá pè mí ọmọ yìí lè fi mí kí ni mò ń ṣe nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀rọ dájú ìbò rẹ̀ wà ẹ̀yẹ ojú sí mi ìyàgbéra ó dàn ìgbà tí màá débẹ̀ ń bá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èrò kí ló dé ẹ̀yà wá ṣàlàyé o 2 acre tí dájú àmì proposal tí mi dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ọmọ mi ò jẹ́ parọ́ ṣùgbọ́n torí ojú tó ti rí àti ohun tó fọ́ sínú pé ẹ̀ ló kọ jáde.
àwọn make proposal proposal lọ sọ fún yín.
bàbá ló ní o make proposal ok ìwọ ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tí o bá ti wá sí ìyìn kankan tó wá sínú dáàdì àwọn pípé èlé ni wọ́n gbalẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ mi ní 2 acre ó ṣe sọ́lẹ̀ kan
lójú wọn.
kò sí ìgbà tó bá ti kú èmi àti ẹ̀ láti mi ń gbalẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ mi ní 2 acre bí ẹ̀mí ìfẹ́ bí ṣe àgbẹ̀kù mi pé mo fẹ́ máa sin nǹkan lẹ̀ gbogbo ìṣàlàyé fún mi wọn kò rí 2 acre yẹn ẹ̀pẹ́lẹ́ ló ń rà sí.
wàhálà tẹ sọ nìyẹn ìgbà ẹ̀ sọ pé mọ
àlùlé
ìyá.
bó ṣe ti ìlú òyìnbó dé bó ṣe rí mi gbangba ẹ̀ dáàdì kò sí àṣírí tí ò sọ fún mi ń dáàdì.
ẹ má ti sọ ẹ já ń tọ́jú ìlú lónìí ẹni wàhálà yẹn lẹ sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan láti padà ẹ fi wàhálà lẹ sọ ẹ ti wá mọ ìyá rẹ̀ ó tó di ọjọ́ engagement.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni ó lè sọ
engagement ẹ fi bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ
bẹ́ẹ̀ni kátóláyà sì ti rí. náà àwa mú wá délẹ̀ lọ pé ní bí òkèlè ti ṣe pọ̀ tó kọ́ya master ni mí jẹ́ pé kọ́ya tí mò ń darí gan alẹ́ ní 50 tí mo lè jẹ́ ọ̀gá wọn nínú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tí má ti wá sọ pé mo fẹ́ ṣe engagement ọmọ ó yẹ kí èèyàn méjì tẹ̀lé mi á fún mi lówó gan kò sẹ́ni tí mo pè mi ò kó lórí ìjọ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan tó ń bẹ ládùúgbò mo ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ á lọ láti lọ ṣojú ilé káfọ̀ yọjú sí
This man has gone through a lot. In fact, Mohbad, this is serious. I mean, Mohbad was so he could not be vocal. Is this spell? Is this juju? Is this voodoo? How come Mohbad was not vocal? When he's with his father, he will speak. But when he's not with them, is he shy? Or is under his spell? What exactly happened to Mohbad? That he couldn't bless him. They were taking advantage of him. Land manipulated.
2 million
Wow.
This is serious.
èmi àti ìyá ẹ̀ ló ń prado ọlọ́pàá àti dírẹ́bà ọ̀tán àfi 1-2 tẹ́lẹ̀ mo ní àfi mọ́tò 200 àwọn méjèèjì 200,000 ẹ wá wo àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ méjì àfi 2 million mo mọ́tò lọ sílé àná.
We will not fall into such a family. And it is this same family that Mohbad's mother is allowing with.
eléyà jẹ́ ẹni tí mo lè bá bójú jọ ẹ̀mẹ́sà bá gba contact bàbá abájọ exchange nọ́mbà sí àwọn inú mi dùn mo rí bàbá ṣe ṣẹ̀mọ̀ ó yẹ kí n jẹ́ kílẹ̀ ta sí tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lójọ́ jẹ́ kílẹ̀ ta sí tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀
this man now with this interview now don't hear the truth now. This life.
kò lè jẹ́ kí n pe ọ̀gá yìí bàbá iná ń jó láàrin àwọn ọmọ yìí ló fi dùn kan mi ò rí achievement kankan.
Just imagine.
ó mú ní 2 acre sọ́wọ́ ìyàwó yín mi ò rí ìwé ẹ̀ mi ò rí dọ́kúmẹ̀ntì ẹ̀ àdàmì ló ní gbọ́ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ rà á ń sọ pé kán wá fúnra wọn pé tó bá ní kí iye báyìí nìkan mú wá ó lè ní amles tó bá ti mọ̀ pé ọmọ ilé ni sọ́sẹ́ pé ẹ̀gbẹ́ ni bàbá ìyàwó ìgbìmọ̀ dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ ti ra ilẹ̀ wọ́n mú gbọ́n pa
This is
bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ó dáa
serious.
ìjọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ káríra kájọ fi eégún òtòlù tó tí ó wà ní. so gbogbo yẹn náà mo ṣe lálàyé bàbá bá pé blọọkì mi ni.
bàbá blọọkì ni bàbá yà blọọkì ni ó ṣe dáa bí mo fẹ́ fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́nà nù káàdì fún bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá wọn náà ti fún yín ní yàrá ìyá owó.
I want you to stay put, as I'm going to translate to those that do not understand.
ṣé mo pé ní àkókò tí mo wà yìí
God bless you.
mo pé ṣe káfíńtà ni mo ṣe.
Anything to wait on your place again. They really find out where you're before you.
Kọ́ni tí mo lè ń kọ́ chọ́ọ̀chì mo ti ń kọ́ káàkiri ní àkókò tá a wà yìí láti bí oṣù mẹ́ta yìí kò sí ẹni tó lè pè pé dẹ́kìn ni kó wá bá wa tẹ́ wọ́n rí mi ní ìdí pé tí bàbá tí ìmọ̀ àpèsè kò lè ráyè. so àwọn kan wọ́n súnmọ́ mi wọ́n dẹ̀ wòye ní àwọn ìmọ̀ba tí wọ́n fún mi ẹlòmíì bá fún mi ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ò wọ́n rí ó dàbí wọ́n rí mi tán wọ́n ràn mí lọ́wọ́ nígbà tí wọ́n gba owó tí gómìnà ń kó wá síbẹ̀ mi ò lè lọ torí ìpinnu mi ni pé kò sí ohun tó fẹ́ kí n tẹ̀lé yẹn káàtó wá sí pélé ọmọ mi ọ̀tọ̀ ó rẹ̀ ti bẹ̀ yín.
ó rẹ̀ ti kú.
síbẹ̀ ni màá ní mo fẹ́ lọ.
People saying that.
olú ọmọ fún mi 1 million naira gbọ́dọ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
kí ló fi mọ́tò gbà.
sún tó jọ gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n sọ yìí irọ́ ni.
kí lè fẹ́ báyìí lọ́wọ́ ọmọ nàìjíríà.
ohun tí mo fẹ́ ni pé kí ọmọ nàìjíríà gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n dìde fún justice wọ́n má jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ wọ́n wọ́n tì mí lẹ́yìn torí mi ò lè dá ṣe níbi tí ọ̀rọ̀ dé yìí gbàmí là ń gbà ìṣẹ́ni tí ó gbà kí ni mo ṣe o gbogbo ọmọ nàìjíríà fún gbà mí wọ́n dẹ̀ bá mi wádìí ikú tó pa ọmọ yìí tí mo fẹ́ nù.
kẹfẹ́ ni ẹ̀fẹ́ kan kí ọwọ́ tẹni tó pọ̀ ọmọ yín.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
kí òun náà sì fojú winá.
kó fi náà fojú winá òfin wọ́n dẹ̀ bá mi ṣe DNA kí má gbọ́ ọmọ àdìsílé wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe pé DNA yẹn sì mo gbọ́dọ̀ owó ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ èmi ní bàbá mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe lọ́nà méjì.
àwọn èèyàn ràn wá lọ́wọ́ pa DNA ẹ mọ́tò máa wówó káàkiri àwọn èèyàn ràn wá lọ́wọ́ pa DNA gba kékeré nù tó bá ti tásìkò tó bá ti tí ilé ẹjọ́ bá ti pàṣẹ ká lọ sí nìsín kékeré lówó DNA.
sọ fún lọ́ọ̀yà mi náà kan gbé ìgbésẹ̀.
ìbáwo ni next court.
on the 6th of December.
December 6 látún lọ ilé ẹjọ́. sẹ́yìn yẹn wá láti òní lọ ẹ máa pàdé ikọ̀ Oríyọmí Hamzat nílé ẹjọ́.
God bless you, Baba.
láti òní lọ December 6 ẹ máa pàdé ikọ̀ Oríyọmí Hamzat níbẹ̀. Justice for Mohbad. Justice for Mohbad. gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí a sọ pé Oríyọmí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ mo sọ fún pé tó bá tó àsìkò àti sùn fúnra àti ní ó là.
You are the voice of the voiceless. God bless you, sir.
ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́rì ó máa sọ̀kalẹ̀ sílé ẹjọ́.
God bless you, sir.
ẹ jẹ́ kí Mohbad spirit Mohbad tó strong yẹn tó lọ fọwọ́ tọ́ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn lẹ́mìí pé wọ́n pa òun ni òun dásán tí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn fi ń béèrè justice fún kí spirit yẹn kọ́ máa fi ọwọ́ tọ́ gbogbo àwọn tó ní evidences lẹ́mìí kí wọ́n sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kàbòròbòrò kí wọ́n ro ẹjọ́ bó ṣe rí gangan mọ́ra wọn tán kí wọ́n tó sọ jí pé àwọn mọ̀ ti sòdodo a fẹ́ òdodo a fẹ́ justice for Mohbad ọ̀dọ́ ni Mohbad ara àwọn àmúyangàn orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ni ó ní ọjọ́ ọ̀la gan-an ó lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la we deserve to know ìròkú tó pa Mohbad, justice for Mohbad. Gbogbo ń tà sí béèrè fún àsìkò tí tó báyìí lágbára Ọlọ́run. Tó bá di on the 6th of December, Oriyomi Hamzat TV, Oriyomi Hamzat will be represented. We are going to be there by His grace. Ní ilé ẹjọ́ yẹn títí tí wọ́n sì fi dájọ́ gbogbo ìgbà náà máa lọ. Tá a bá wá ń bá bọ̀ ní ẹjọ́, báyìí lẹ́sìn máa pàdé mi àti bàbá Mohbad tá a máa fún yín ní report tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé ẹjọ́. Ẹ sà, nílé ẹjọ́ yìí tá a ṣe gbẹ̀yìn kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ńbẹ̀? Ká fi mọ táwọn retí lè tó ń bọ̀.
Ọmọ mi tó jẹ́ àbúrò Mohbad ni ó sọ àwọn tí ojú ẹ̀ rí nílé ẹjọ́. So ó jẹ́ ọmọ tí ò fi bẹ́ẹ̀ lè sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀. Ó ti mọ̀ tí kò bí ó fi ṣe akọ irú èèyàn tó jẹ́ náà ni. Ó ṣàlàyé gbogbo tó dẹ̀ ṣe lálàyé yẹn a rí dìmú lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń bẹ̀. Ọ̀sán wọn béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ǹjẹ́ bàbá tẹ̀ máa ń wá síbí láti.
Welcome back. So Mohbad's father has recounted his experience with the family of Wunmi. First, he made it clear that Wunmi and her mother are one and the same, and that they have been manipulating his son. But unfortunately, he did not really look much into the manipulation. He felt that Mohbad had been spiritually locked up somewhere or something. He could not just put his fingers on it. But as a father, being that his son is with this young lady, he felt that the best thing for him to do is to meet with the father of Wunmi so that he can speak man to man rather than him just taking action and trying to speak in such a strong manner to Wunmi. So it won't appear as if he's bullying Wunmi. He didn't want to tread on that sensitive part. Now, he said that Mohbad told him that, "Father, I bought 2 plots of land here and there, and I bought another one here and there." And he asked, "So where are the papers and documents of this, your property that you say you bought?" And Mohbad said, "It is with Wunmi's mom." And he's like, "What kind of child did I give birth to? My house is just 2 bus stops away from this your so-called girlfriend's wife / fiancé / whatever house. How can you go give them? What happened to you? How did this happen?" Now, before I continue with what Mohbad's father is saying, I want to take you back. If you've not been on this channel, probably you might not remember, but I'm just going to tell you a little. You see, Wunmi's elder sister, Karimot, said it live and direct on IG that she owns that land. Now, we don't know how many, plot of land we are talking about. Did Mohbad buy more than 1 plot of land? Like, did he buy different land, different location and all of that? That is one thing for us to consider. Now, along the way, she said that Mohbad didn't really have that land. She was the owner of the land, but for one reason or the other, she wanted to sell that land. Now, do you see the conspiracy? So, she now decided to sell that land. They muscled on Mohbad like, "Why don't you buy this land? Why don't you buy this land?" And Mohbad agreed and said, "Okay, since you people want to sell the land," Mohbad bought the land that Karimo claimed belongs to her. They did the transaction amongst themselves as family. Mohbad was more like the financial. He was more of the bring the money thing. That is what they see him as. So Mohbad bought this land, and according to his father, that land, he wanted to use it for agricultural purposes like farming and have, livestock and all of that. That is what he wants to use that land for. Now, Mohbad's father said, "Well, that's okay, but I also want you to have a land for a church to be built on it because you are a child of covenant. You have been covenanted when you were born. This and this is what they said about you. You have a calling upon you that you must fulfill. So don't play with that. Mohbad's mom also confirmed this one that I'm saying. Now, along the way, he realized that the documents for the property was not forthcoming for the land. So what he did was to call the mother of Wunmi. Madam, what is this? How can my son's document is the land that he claimed he bought? How can it be with you people? Well, they decided to meet. And when they met, he said there is a witness. When they met, she brought the document of the land and he looked at it and he's like, hold on a second. How come this document is so new? How come this document is so new? What's really going on? Why is this document so new? He was suspicious and he asked, what is really happening? My son said he bought this amount, X amount plot of land. Why are you bringing a document of one plot of land? Like a new paper has been done. That is what he's trying to say. Like, this is not an old document that people have signed. This looks like a freshly printed, freshly made document. How? Are you guys trying to steal something from my son? What's happening here? So they all decided to meet. And finally, they all met. Everybody gathered. Mohbad was there. And he said it right in front of Mohbad. Mohbad, you told me this and this and this and this. Where is the land? Where are the documents of these plots of land that you bought that you wanted to use for agriculture? Because you're not going to use one plot of land for the kind of agriculture that you're talking about. So where is it? And he said all of a sudden, Mohbad became dumb, deaf. Mohbad was acting like imbecile. Like Mohbad wasn't able to express himself. Mohbad was like, daddy, as if his mind is no longer functioning. Well, I don't know, maybe Mohbad idolized Wunmi's family, Wunmi's mother, maybe because she's a police officer or former police officer, or Mohbad, I don't really know. Maybe they had already cooked up his brain, or he's just trying to appear like, I don't want to cause issues here. I don't really know what exactly is wrong with Mohbad. But the man was like, what's wrong with you? This is what you told me. Why don't you speak out? Mohbad didn't say anything. So his father said, well, in the absence of nothing, I'm going to keep quiet and just move on with this. But this is what you told me. And it's quite unfortunate that these people are manipulative. The man left. Mohbad came to his house the next day. Daddy, those people, it's true, but they are thieves. These people are thieves. This is what the land is supposed to be. This is what they did. But why didn't you speak? Well, everyone gathered so we can have witness. And Daddy, I don't know. Let's just... these people, the way Mohbad speaks, will start speaking like, that is the way he started talking. Like, it wasn't, it's like a man divided between two roads, not knowing which one to stay on. He started living his life like that with this family. So Mohbad's father said, I know who my son is. I know that he tells me things. All right, let us see how to move on with this. Eventually, Mohbad announced, after he came back from abroad, he announced that there's going to be a kind of introduction. And he said, okay, introduction is okay. Let us all meet together and meet with the family. He was even happy. I mean, Mohbad's father, like, I want to meet the family of this lady, the rest of the family, and particularly the father of this lady. They met on that day. When they got there, he said he was dressed normally because it was supposed to be an introduction. He only called one of his brother, like, okay, both of us, let's just go there and introduce ourselves. That's what it is. It's not marriage, neither is it engagement. It's just an introduction, like, let us meet and introduce ourselves. Like, this is the family of the Alobas and the family of this and that. And I mean, the family of Wunmi. That's what's supposed to be. But when he got there, what is this? They already had canopies, music, drinks everywhere. And he's like, hold on a second. What is this? Is this introduction, engagement? What is happening? Like, your father cannot come to such an event not dressed properly, isn't it? What is going on? Immediately, Mohbad said, Daddy, they quickly tried to package the whole thing to make it appear like he's married. Mohbad is like, Dad, this is supposed to be just introduction, but they say that they have to make it in this way and they have to get canopies I have to do. So I just don't know. It's like Mohbad was control, or Mohbad idolized the family of Wunmi. Like it was under their control. Anyway, the man said he met with the father of Wunmi, which we have found out is not even the father of Wunmi. That he met with a man and he spoke to the man and told the man about the land issue and every of this thing and said, and aside this, there is problem between my son and your daughter. Problem, there is a lot of problem that I have been seeing, and my son have been speaking to me and I've been seeing both of them. There is a big problem that I want us as men to sit down together to trash this thing out once and for all, because I'm seeing discrepancies, I'm seeing some kind of terrible things, I'm seeing signs that are not okay, and I don't want to muscle on your daughter. I don't want to tell your daughter to get out of my son's life like this. So let us discuss, because we are all human beings. We are not perfect at the end of the day. He said the day they were supposed to meet and to kind of confirm when, and he said the alleged so-called father of Wunmi blocked him on all platforms. He wasn't able to contact them. Now, the question I'm sure most of you will ask is, why didn't you take your son off from that lady? You know how difficult it is. It was so difficult. Ever since then, said he has been trying here and there, finding ways, but it was so hard. It has been hard that once in a while he will sit down with his son. His son will say, Dad, where are you? And they will meet. And his son will begin to tell him things. If he had known, he would have recorded every of this thing. But because he's not that kind of father, he didn't record. He was just listening, trying to advise his son, like, okay, you know what? And after his son has recounted all of these things, it will be as if something lock his mind up again. He will act differently again, like, Dad, forget about the thing I told you. This is how Mohbad has been living his life till it came to this point. Now, he's been asked also, how far with money? They say you've received a lot of donation. He said, no, I have not received donation from nobody. No donation. Money has not poured into my pocket. I'm not the one with 100 million naira or whatever. No, nothing at all. And this DNA, he insists, must be done, that he will look for money, but he has been assured by the host that Nigerians will rise up. That DNA will be done. Mohbad's father said he wants the DNA to be done both in Nigeria and outside so that he can have two. And he said, if this is done, we will know where we are focusing on. Not because there is a fight between me and Wunmi. I know that Wunmi and his mom are bad people. But if there is a child between them and this child is really Mohbad's own, I want to do due diligence. I want to do the needful. So people should not look at me and say, this man is poor. He's a carpenter. He doesn't have money. And press my head down as if I don't have a mind that reason. My son has told me a lot of things. So guys, what do you think about this one? Drop your comment, like, and share. See you in the next update.